So, this is what you call a strange stroll, and it begins now. The way I see it, people made some pretty specific decisions, definitive decisions on where I should go. Turns out that people are more interested in the nature of SKOOKUM Creek. Now, will the weather hold up is the question. It looks great right now, but it calls for rain after midnight. So it should be a fun night. I'll tell you more in a second. All right, be right back. All right, we're here. We're right outside of SKOOKUM Creek, not too far, like I said. Probably about a 15-minute drive, and we'll be on location. But I thought we'd come by the general area to these extended experiencers property. Now, it's not developed, it's just a raw land parcel. But the area, near this area, less than 5 minutes from where we are right now, has been some really strange stuff between here and SKOOKUM Creek. If you've ever heard an interview I've done with Carrie Campbell, Ron Moorhead's wife, this is where Carrie was staying with these extended experiencers outside of this property and saw her first cloak, Sasquatch. And she describes it in very matter-of-fact terms. It was the first time that she saw their ability to do that. It was an early morning before anybody else had woken up. I believe she was the first guest in the house before Ron, and saw what she said was a Sasquatch that acknowledged her from far off, and the fact that she could see what it was doing. Now, as far as it would cloaking in and out, I don't know the circumstances beyond that, but it did acknowledge the fact that it was basically listening to her. And since she's told that story publicly, I'm telling it to you now. I generally try not to tell other people's stories. But the property that they're at is literally right over here. I know that multiple people have had experiences there as well. Similar, if not greater. Who knows the real story? I mean, some of these things, they get so strange that cloaking seems normal. We're also neighboring reservation territory, and that is something that I think gives a permission slip for the phenomena to come in easier, and so we'll see if that's the case. Now, the sun's up, so things haven't got freaky yet, but I will be honest, I usually don't get nervous in the woods. I'm nervous in this area. And it could just be the way it looks, because you're on the other side of a mountain. The sun doesn't really come over here. You're in the shadow. If it does start to downpour, which is possible, then we're going to have to go inside the car and make the best of it. So, items that you said I could bring, that you voted on, there were 3. One was the dowsing rods. Brought those. Those have been used to find everything from gold to water. And they're just copper rods that you put in your hand, and when they cross, there's your pinpoint. We're going to use them for something a little different tonight and try to set our intention to have them lead us somewhere. Then we're going to use an SLS camera that supposedly is embedded inside this app. The technology's there to basically take your camera and convert it to something that sees in a different spectrum. So we're going to use that in the woods tonight. We'll probably get a bunch of false positives with all of this stuff. That's just the way it goes. Oh, and then you said I could bring a pack of cigars, which I really appreciate, because not only those be good for gifting, but they'll also be good for cold weather for me. All right, let's go Strange Stroll. It says we're only about 15 minutes away. So I made a wrong turn. I lost about 20 minutes, but we're back on path. And there's a sharp turn here, isn't there? Alright, so we're almost here. Headed down. Trying to get some good visuals before it turns into a dark shit show, which it is going to be a dark shit show down here. We are real close. This is pretty much it. This is one of the main tributaries that flow out. Lots of little side trails to go on. The last time I was here, there was someone camping. Looks like they enjoyed eggs. There's a boot print and some dog poop. So we're gonna head up here a little ways in. Alright, so just because I don't want to have any BS here, here we go. This is the real dollar bill. Interesting area for sure. Nobody else out here. Now there is a park of sorts right out that way. I've been there once, not much to see, so we'll just get going up this road and try to get to the exact creek. Well, I had to show you that shot. So we're going to be under the shadow of that mountain on the backhand side. But you can see we got a snow issue that way. Okay, so literally around that corner is SKOOKUM Creek. And we have come up to an impasse of sorts. A little bit of snow. But I definitely don't have snow tires. Okay, well, I just found a place, didn't I? This is it. Okay, so as you can see, no BSing. We are here. That's where we are. This is where we are for the evening. I just honestly didn't think there would be snow involved, but it's what's happening. Oh, look at the size of these shrooms. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that those are... Somebody will know what those are. Those oysters? Yeah, those are neat looking. I keep thinking I see snow falling, but nothing. Now that's SKOOKUM Creek. Can you hear it? Don't even leave footprints hardly at all in this snow. You got to be a tracker to see them. Oh, we'll set up a warming station because that's going to be needed. Okay, this is getting set up. The situation is a little dire right now. Major emergency happening. I'm not freaking out though. Total composure. Can't find the coffee. Found decaf. Folgers. Look at this. I had my espresso machine that was given to me. All you do is you fill this baby up with coffee grounds, pour a little water inside, and then you heat this up on a jet boiler, and it makes you little espresso shot, so you can be pimping. Okay, so now put your espresso machine right there, and as soon as that water heats up, it's going to push everything right into that cup right there. It doesn't take very much time, especially since it's heating up so damn quick. Oh, I heard it. Here we go. Folgers ready. And then some good reading. Pearl Parada's book, Manatang, Bigfoot Myth or Reality. And there are some real pearls in here. I got the recorder going. It's always good to get that out first thing when you get into an area, because shit can just happen all at once when you get out of the car. The sun is dropping. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. We probably have less than an hour worth of sunlight, so I just got done setting up a shelter here. Real simple. Just some breakaway marker tape. You can get that at pretty much any Jerry's or Home Depot or whatever, Lowe's I think it is. And I always keep a roll of that with me just for going off trail, but pretty resilient really. I mean, these are pretty tight. The ice crystals coming off of here could be an issue, and so protects my stuff, gives me a little bit of shelter, but I'll probably be coming in here and turning on the car heater. So I have a little spot ready to go. No one's getting any sleep tonight. If you do, you're gonna only pass out momentarily. And so it's all about staying warm and keeping warm. And so I've got plenty of layers on, some wool and waterproof boots. Those could be a little bit warmer, but at least my feet are dry. Okay, so dowsing rods, like I said, been used for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. Not under this rendition perhaps, but sticks used to divine things are a big item. You can go through history and look it up. Water was the main one, but gold. And does that have something to do with the copper? Well, how do you find gold deposits with sticks? Shouldn't make any sense. But what if you use this to like set your intention on something? So how does that work? Well, I don't really know. I don't know if I believe it, but people say, and it is possible perhaps, that you could set your intention just like we are out here to find something in particular. So what you do is you kind of clear your mind, hold your sticks, and if there's no wind and your hands are perfectly even and you're being completely fair, you start to ask questions. And what I like to do is get my hands away from the turning knobs and keep them close to my chest and start right from zero, which is going to be right here. If there's something here with us right now, can you cross and let us know that you're here by crossing these together? Okay, I'm holding them. They hit. Okay, well, I don't know if that's me or not. I'm looking for something more than a subtlety like that. Can you point to the direction where you are? Okay, use my energy if you have to. Use the copper to point to where you are. Well, the left one's trying to push the right one over behind the car at this point. So perhaps it's pointing behind the car. Perhaps not. It was a little bit iffy. Can you cross together if there's more than one of you? Or pull apart if there's just one of you? More than one, cross together. So let's take that as a yes. Don't really know. A little bit of guesswork. So if there is more than one of you, cross if you are okay with me being here, and pull apart if you want me to leave. Cross if you want me to stay, pull away if you want me to go. I'm going to try not even looking. Okay, so I can see here that they're crossing. Can you cross more if you want me to stay? Okay. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just going by what the kids tell me to do. I want you to cross if you are a land spirit, and I want you to pull apart if you're something else. Cross if you're a land spirit, and pull apart if you're something else. I'm going to try not to watch. Okay. Land spirit. Alright. So they want me to stay. There's more than one, and there's a land spirit. Now, let's say that's what you want to work with. Now we're going to test it. Okay, so now you should see a dot matrix of me start to develop. Like as I hold out my hand, you can see that this thing wants to start to grid me out with this dot matrix. This is a random word generator, and maybe we can get some confirmation. The idea is that maybe a spirit form can manipulate my phone and speak through it by picking and choosing words. Do you want me to leave? Or do you want me to stay?
Come.
Alright, so here is a word that says come. Now, that wasn't my question. My question was, do they want me to leave or stay? I would say come is kind of an affirmative. They want me to go somewhere. What are they though, right? Let's keep
Fast.
Okay, that's interesting.
Release.
It's really going to town now. So it's saying come fast and release.
Pose.
Pose. Okay. Ron. Okay.
Wanted.
Wanted. So
Messenger.
messenger. Okay, it's getting more random.
War.
War. It says war a lot, and it says legion.
Cat. Dives.
Kept, dives. So if we don't start getting some action, say by midnight, we may move on to another spot below this, but we're still in the proximity. Give it a kick. I haven't heard anything except with maybe the possibility of something walking on the ridge up here. That could be melting ice. It could be anything. Okay, so we are a lot closer now to Native American res boundaries. You can hear the difference out here. It's the Pacific Northwest. It's bound to do a lot of things. Now there's a deer. You see that? There's a good shot of a deer. He's a little spotlighted and confused, I guess. Wondering where to go. Take a look at this. Doing a little bit of hunting, I suspect. There may be a camera over here too, pointing towards those apples. We're out of here. Let's go check some other place. Excuse me. Chinese food. That is the sound of rain, a system moving in. My first sign was, well, the wind. And the weather said about 90% chance after 11 o'clock. So I'll wait it out here a little bit longer and see if we can get this system to pass by. But if not, we're gonna be in the car here and probably call it an evening, and then I will inform you if there's anything noteworthy that happens. Well, we're gonna try this spot out for a little bit below SKOOKUM Creek, and anyway, I'll let you know. Over and out. The rain is not letting up, so we are calling it. So, Strange Stroll. Not everyone's a winner chicken dinner. Alright, it is the next day. The storm got the better of me in the location, so I'm back home. And that was a little 2-hour drive. I thought about, camping on the side of the road off the freeway to get out from underneath it, but so this is going to be a 2-part series. Okay, so it's the next week, and I am about 10 miles or so from Skookum Creek. And the reason being is that there's a lot of snow, and I just can't get past or underneath it or over the top of it. So I'm in an area that is probably as close as you can get to res land. I'm on the perimeter. I can see the power lines. There's a rock quarry here, and there's a lot of stories from this general area. So as far as secondary locations that are close to Skookum Creek, I couldn't choose better. All right, so I am going off trail here for a bit. I'm near a creek bed, not Skookum Creek, but near it, and there's a little bit of garbage out here, which I didn't expect to see. I also did bring my gun, just given the newness of the location, and won't have to use it, I'm sure, but always feels good to have a little bit of extra protection. Okay, now here's picking up a trail. 200 yards off the road. Okay, cool. Now it's opening up. Okay, good. It's beautiful back here. Far enough off the trail. I'm going to bring some gifts here, including some tobacco. So I'm going to leave this up here along with some apples and some sardines. Now what's nice about these is that they got to pull the pull tab. Well, that's what they've done before. So unless this thing has bite marks all through it, if that pull tab is pulled and these are gone tomorrow, then winner chicken dinner. But I'm going to leave them some marbles. Now we've had marbles left before, so I'm going to leave a marble, and these are fragrant cedar balls. So we'll put those in some kind of order here. We got the sardines. Actually, these are mussels or clams, some tobacco, and then a marble here, marble there, and then some cedar balls right over in this area. And then we'll just leave the recorder here overnight. It'll be nice and protected unless it rains. Let's just take a peek around here, just the general vicinity, and see if we can find any kind of signature. I'm just going to do a loop and work my way inside. So I'm probably going to hang out here for an hour or two and just let them examine me, check me out. Let's just say they're right on the edge of vision. They know I've got a gun. Now I've got to let them see that that gun's not for them. And hang out here as much as possible. This is beautiful to do, but, well, no but to it. It's beautiful to do, and if you want to experience it at a greater level for longer periods of time, I can't suggest enough getting a hold of extended experiencers to actually learn something from. It's very difficult to learn it out here in a short period of time. You have to become one in a way that calls for a lot of work. So that's my soapbox. I'm going to give it about an hour, and I'm going to walk down into that valley a little bit more. All right, so I've been sitting here for about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and follow this game trail here a little bit. Birds are getting more comfortable around me. I can hear them coming in and tweeting. Okay, I'm just gonna stay on this side of the creek. I shouldn't need to flag it if I'm just walking one direction on this side. I don't see anything really jumping out at me in this area. No limb snaps, no tree signs or structures or anything like that. Oh, here's an old roadie, or a young roadie. So I did want to show you this. I went ahead and left a glyph. This is one that was left for us at the Al Moon Lab. It's like a diamond pattern. And put 2 more cedar balls underneath it and on top of it. And then we'll be back here and leave our recorder. Just gotta make sure I find my way back here before dark. Okay, so I just had some lunch. I'm headed out here to see if I can find any kind of sign. Not really taking an intrusive approach at all. Just curious enough to wander off trail a little bit. I hear water coming this way. Wow. Almost bit it. How cool. Can you see that? It's awesome. Beautiful old growth. I'm just going to keep on the forest edge here. And this will be my turn off section here. Beautiful. Sun's getting ready to set. Not too far. Beautiful. I don't know the last time somebody was down here. Maybe never. I'd be the first people ever to set foot. There's still so much wilderness that is untapped. Fly over the Northwest sometime and look how many millions and millions of acres of old growth still exist. Let's get back up here and explore a little bit. I don't see anything happening down there. Isn't that cool? quieter and quieter. Alright, so we got our dowsing rods. We got to do those again. We got our SLS camera, which may or may not be an actual functioning SLS camera that I completely believe in. But there that is. I don't know if you can see that. It's trying to matrix me right now. And so that's what it does, is it matrixes a stick figure that may or may not be a false positive, but we'll try it out. And I'm also going to do this tonight, this iOvulus. It's a random word generator.
Ovulus on.
I'll turn it on now, see if we get anything. Can you tell me where I am, or what my name is, or what day of the week it is? Oh, there's a big toadstool. See that? Beauty there. Absolute beauty. It's in there good. Sun's getting ready to go down. Log here. Don't slip. It's always good to get up high so you can get some higher ground if you don't go over. Oh, this is a way better one than the one coming in. Back to the road. Look at that root ball. That's a big one. We just put targets in there. I do. Alright, on the way back to the car, I found a fuzzy wuzzy. Now, I can't remember the old wise tale about the stripe in the middle. It has something to do with a longer or shorter winter or spring, I think. Maybe like a, what is it called? Groundhog? He's trucking right along now. Will he be a butterfly? Is that the process? I don't know. Alright, we got a little ways to walk still. Alright, so I'm back at camp here. I'm going to turn the back of the cab into a solar shelter. It's going to be plastic wrap, painter's plastic, like this stuff right here. This is a little bit thicker, extra heavy, 9 by 12 feet, and I'm going to drape it over the back of this car, so when we make a fire, it'll turn the back into a greenhouse effect. It'll blow up like a balloon, and it will circulate heat, and it just may keep me dry if these clouds turn to showers. So that is going to happen here after we get back from the woods. So I'm going to get it ready. Alright, before we head out, gotta make some coffee and some good espresso roast. I know, I'm spoiled. But I'm telling you, creature comforts are the way to go. Now I got the fire ready to go, and we'll grab a little bite to eat. The fog is coming in. It is getting ripe. We're not going to be able to see anything unless we drive around out of this. So I don't mind this. I just don't want it to rain. Alright, I don't have the blues because we got ourselves some boiling water here. Alright. And I'm just going to pour it off. Make sure that's not too hot. That'll work. Cover it up and voila. Maybe like, oh, that's pretty steamed. Alright, so something heavy just moved off through here. Assuming a deer. And you can see something was definitely bedding down here. I think it ran right through that hole. Look at all this crap. It's so hard to see. This place is so pretty. I would have totally wanted to camp here, but look at it. What a joke. And they're bush drinkers. Bush. Well, tonight is another big conjunction. I forget which one this is, but I mean, there's been so many lately. I'll break out my Star app. Okay, it's working here, so isn't this something? I mean, luckily, okay, so here it is. Jupiter, Mercury, and Saturn, I believe, right there are aligning. So they should be coming up like that tonight. And hopefully we can see them. Alright, so it's getting close to sunset. I'm headed down here to the spot. I just heard something. And I've got some stuff with me, and I'll explain what all this is when we get down there. Make sure I have everything. There's that flag. I gotta find the other one. You never know if we gotta get out of here in a hurry. Well, everything's as it was, so we didn't have any quick entrance. I'm gonna take all this shit off. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up the recorder, and we're gonna go ahead and just record through the evening. Now, the first part of this here we're gonna be a part of, and the way we'll do that is we're gonna amplify our hearing with, instead of headphones, we're gonna use this little speaker that has an adapter mount in the back for your little AC port. And one of these is gonna go inside the recorder, and this is a Tascam DR05, about 99 bucks, pretty tough. And we're gonna put it in this bag and hang it from a tree somewhere over here, and that line is gonna stretch all the way to the back of this log, and we're gonna probably put it behind one of these trees to get away from the sound of the creek bed over here. So that's the plan. Now, as soon as I plug that into the recorder, you should be able to hear what's coming out of the speaker. So the speaker I'm going to leave here. I got it working. I'll show you what I mean. And now you just basically made a giant amplifier. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello. Nothing but a hound dog. Now, granted, it does make even small sounds seem like big sounds. So you got to be careful of that. But all right, so that was the first thing we're going to do. Now I'll show you what else we're going to do. So part of the reason I'm recording the speaker right now is based upon something called layer caking, which is a technique of recording multiple layers at a time. So video, audio, and perhaps there's things happening on one of those layers that you can't hear with your own ear, but the digital device is picking up on it. And that's what I'm hoping for. Instead, I hear a plane. Digital distortion going on when I have, that's crazy. The flicker rate, at least on the monitor here, I can see going vertically. When I do this, nothing.
Oculus on.
And we'll try to give it till 5:30.
Prayer.
Prayer, okay.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Calm.
Okay. You want bacon?
Prayer.
Okay. Second time it said that.
Fear.
That was me. I thought I just heard something to the right of the speaker. I'm gonna take a look. Turn this off.
Oculus off.
So now you can see pretty much how I do this. Now we got to find a place to hang this so it, in case it does rain, we can keep our recorder nice and dry. Okay, so now you can see it's up there pretty good. It's not going anywhere. It shouldn't break off there. Now, if it does rain, that should provide enough waterproof coverage to where it hangs off of here and wicks down the side of there. I don't think it would be too much damage. I mean, I could unzip it a little bit more and do it like that. But I also got these little items in here if they want those. If they do their thing, they do their thing. They generally wait for you to leave. And we'll go make a fire. I'm cheating. Of course. Grab your smaller wood and get it on there. We gotta go take this plastic, put it in the back of the car. Not only will that keep the smoke out, but that's also going to be our warming shelter tonight. I'll show you more in a second. What we're going to do, grab your plastic wrap. So real simple. You can use anything, your cooler, a lockbox, water jug. And you're just going to go over the back of your cab. That seal, that first seal is going to be really important there. These worked better than the bungee cords that I brought. And literally, this is going to be where you lay your, your lawn chair, bedroll, whatever you have. Lay out there, and plenty of room. And you'll be super warm back there. I wish there was a way we could show you the temperature as it comes in. The only thing that's going to be an issue is if there's a really strong wind. All right, well, we just had company. Somebody came up here and parked about 45 feet in front of my car and sat there for a good 5 minutes and just looked down this way. So I don't know. You can't You just can't find a road long enough and dead enough, can you? So I hear them leaving, but that's why I have my gun. Well, unfortunately, the wind is starting to pick up again. It seems to do that. I'm not too far from the coastline, so I'm gonna give you some color in the fire here. These are funky flames. Oh yeah, check that out. Look how badass that is. Alright. It's gonna be pretty windy in there. Okay, well, I'm inside my little cocoon. So far, so good. Pretty quiet. Just in here listening. Got the speaker going, the recorder underneath the car. I can't forget to grab that in the morning. I don't want to run over that. Here comes the wind. Alright, so if anything happens, I will let you guys be the first to know. Alright, so the temperature is dropping significantly. Solar shelter's working pretty good, but it's definitely colder, and I should have put the fire a little bit closer. I actually have a cell phone signal up here, so catching up. Got about 7 hours before daylight. Oh, here comes the wind. Hey. Alright, well, the stars are out. The wind has kicked in pretty good here. And so what you're seeing right now are the stars. It was really foggy early. Won't focus in on it. Turn that servo. There we go. Let's see if that works. Okay. See if we can find out where the Mars, Uranus. What is that bright star right there? It might be Venus. I don't know where the conjunction is here. Hopefully it didn't go the other way. There. Check out the fire. It's after 1 in the morning. Oh, we still have a log here that could have been utilized. It is late. I'm going to take this down. It's just keeping me up. It's just too windy. Okay, well, it is the next day. It's about 5:47 in the morning. Chilly. Did okay. I slept on and off all night. Boy, I really look like a refugee, don't I? I'm gonna have some coffee. Gotta have the coffee. And then I'm gonna run down and we will go check, get our recorder and see if anything came in. It was pretty windy though last night. I'm not quite sure that I would say that anything really... Oh, come on. Man up. I would say that it might affect the sound of the recording. So we'll see. You won't really know until you check it on Audacity. Okay, so we're down at the spot. Let's go check and see if anything's changed and grab our recorder.